Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Ask Coach Marie. I'm Marie O'Neill, founder of Padma Life Coaching and your host on this series. This is a place where you ask a question and I give my unique opinion as a life renewal coach, astrologer, and past life regression facilitator. Please know that I am not a therapist and I will never tell you what you must do. Each week on Friday, a new video is released with me answering 2 questions from the viewers. I also talk about various other life renewal topics. So let's go ahead and get started with the questions for this week. Our first question comes from Katrina, who is in Boise, Idaho. Katrina writes, I've suffered a lot of emotional trauma in my life and have been seeing a psychotherapist for years who has helped me tremendously. I'd like to do some work around past lives to see if I can get more answers concerning the traumas. What do you think about this? Thank you, Katrina. That is a wonderful question. I'm really happy that you're seeing progress and movement with your work, with your psychotherapist. Concerning prior life or past life regression, that is, of course, always available to you. What you'd want to do is find someone, hopefully in your area, who does past life regressions, contact them, and set up an appointment to go in and have that done. With prior lives, it can help you to get to the root cause of whatever issue it is you're working on. Sometimes with prior life regression, you actually are shown a picture in front of you, giving you insight into what happened in a particular lifetime that caused the trauma that you're working with now. Sometimes you get a knowing or just a sensory knowing of what that was. It's amazing what happens when you do a session, because sometimes you can have a session asking a particular question and what you're shown is something that is seemingly unrelated to the question. What you find is sometimes months later, you realize, oh my goodness, what I was shown really does have bearing on what I'm dealing with. And there are instances when you're given information that absolutely has nothing to do with what you're asking about. What's happening is your guides, your higher mind, is using that opportunity to get information to you that is more important than what it is you're asking about. So yes, go ahead and contact a past life regression facilitator in your area to set up an appointment with them. You might have several therapists in your area who can do this for you. And in this case, talk to several to see which one you feel comfortable with. I'm asking you to check in your area for past life regression therapists because I have found that the work is more beneficial when you are working with someone face-to-face rather than on Zoom. It's not that doing a remote past life regression isn't effective. It's that connection that you get with the therapist when you're face-to-face that can put you at ease and make you more comfortable in the session. Please contact me and let me know who you chose as a therapist and how the session went. Thank you for asking that question. All right, we are going to talk about a hot topic, religion versus spirituality. This is something that all of us have heard about. And I, of course, have my view on religion versus spirituality, or maybe I should say religion and spirituality, because the two don't necessarily go together. They can, but they don't have to. When we are referring to religion, we're referring to an organized tradition, whether you are Buddhist or Catholic or Methodist. There's a service involved. You're with other people. You are praying to a particular god. You have a formula, basically, with religion. And it's usually tried and true. A lot of times we are dealing in the West, of course, with the Abrahamic religions, which would be Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. In the East, of course, you have Hinduism, Buddhism. When we're dealing with spirituality, it is a way of living, a way of being that is different. Spirituality is really looking to your higher mind for guidance, looking to your higher mind as, quote, your guru, rather than anything on the physical plane, rather than a priest or a lama or any other human. You're really going within yourself to seek your own guidance. And you're also looking to nature as being your guide, looking for symbols from nature, from animals, from trees. You are seeking guidance from the universe rather than from an individual. And I see spirituality and religion as being able to cohabitate together. Sometimes it's nice to have a formula that has worked for millennia, and at the same time, using that formula to go within, to seek out who you are, to seek information about yourself and about the universe. The whole point is to know thyself. And in order to do that, you have to go within. So that's my spiel on religion and spirituality. Let me know what you think and what your viewpoint is, because everyone has one and everyone's viewpoint is valid and is meaningful for them. So please let me know what your viewpoint is on religion and spirituality. All right, our next question comes from Lars, who is in Park City, Utah. Lars writes, I love birds and I have several parrots. When some people come to the house, the birds get quiet, and with others, they are talkative. I haven't been able to figure out the reason. Any ideas? Well, Lars, thank you for that question. Birds are extremely sensitive. They are one of the most sensitive animals out here in relation to picking up what's going on in another person's energy field. When the birds are quiet, they could be quiet for several reasons where another person is concerned. They could be being shy with that person because they either don't like that person's energy or they are studying the person. Sometimes they are truly just studying the person. Each person has an energy field around them. And what's happening is the birds are picking up the energy of that energy field. So if the person that the birds are being talkative to has an energy field that is wide open, the birds are going to feel more comfortable talking to that person. If the energy field is more closed, or for that matter, if there is something going on in the person's energy field, then the birds may be quiet. Maybe the person is ill. Maybe the person has something going on with them that is causing the birds to be quiet. One thing is for sure, paying attention to how the birds respond to the people who come into their environment is important. What you want to do is pay attention to the individual who is in the bird's environment. You want to pay attention to how they are responding to life. That's going to inform you as to whether or not the person should be in your life or not. Send me an email and let me know what you think, or, comment below. And thank you very much for sending this question in. I love birds. They are so intuitive and they pick up everything. Well, we have come to the end of the questions for this week. Thank you for listening to the questions and being here. Thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. That really does help the algorithms. Send your questions to padmacoach@icloud.com. That's padmacoach@icloud.com. I look forward to seeing you here next week. Bye-bye.